Hi, I'm Tazara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the James Charles Morphy palette. So, this is what it looks like. Excuse my hair. It's kind of, crazy. I had to put it in a braid. But this is about makeup, not my hair. So this is what it looks like. I've already gone in there a little bit to create this kind of a sunset look. I'm going to tell you now what I think. Instead of doing it live for you guys, I wanted to just do it first and then talk about it because I heard sometimes this palette could be a little difficult, and it was. So I'm very glad that I have it because the colors are great, but you do have to pack them on. I have Morphe brushes. You know the little case that you get with I don't even know which brushes they are, but all kinds of brushes that you need to do your makeup. And I haven't even used these ones yet. I just feel like this is too big for the eye, you know? So I tend to use the smaller ones. I've used this one, these, to get it done. But today I'm gonna be real with you. I had to use my fingers. I literally had to use my fingers to have any type of color. And maybe because I put the white eyeshadow first, I was looking at somebody else's video, and so I put a little white first as like a base. But it was not blending. It was like I put the orange, I put the yellow first, I put the orange. I used my finger for the yellow, pat, 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 pat. That's how I get the color. And I kind of had to build it. And then when I used the orange, kind of like the yellowy orange color for right in the center. And I used red for my corners. But I noticed that I patted the yellow and the orange, and then I put the red with a brush, and it was just taking off all the colors. And then I'm trying to blend it, and it's just like taking off all the colors, including the red that I'm putting on. And it's just kind of like all down here. And I just did not like how it goes on, at least with the Morphe brushes. And this is the Morphe, he collaborated with Morphe, and I feel like they should work together. But for me, it didn't. But I used my finger. So I went ahead and patted on the red in the corners, and then I had to pat a little more orange. Then I took my pinky, and let me show you how it is like very pigmented, see? Here's the red. Here are all the colors I used. My main colors that I used. So I then took my pinky. It's a lot of stuff too, even when you do that everywhere. And I had to like pat, pat, pat. And then when I tried to blend, that same thing happened. It was taking off all the colors that I had put. And I just, I was like, this is just not working. But whenever I would use my finger, I'm going to show you guys with my brush on my hand the difference between using your finger and a Morphe brush. When I patted with my finger, I use this one. I did like it. Like, I would buy it again.
Because I need to have rainbow colors. And
sometimes with these rainbow color type makeup palettes, I've bought cheap ones from swap meets and things like that. It's like they're not good. And you need something that's gonna have a lot of pigment. And I feel like these are buildable to where you can get a lot of pigment. So it's definitely worth buying it so that you have it. Just be prepared that when you try to apply it, my video clicked off and I don't really know where I left off. But I think I was saying that be prepared when you apply this that it's gonna get everywhere. So have makeup wipes and do your foundation last. Definitely don't do your foundation first with this. I mean, I heard you could bake. I don't really understand baking. I don't know if I ever will understand how to do it. So maybe if you know how to bake. So overall, I rated out of, 1 to 5 stars. I rated a 4. But for like application for people who aren't professional makeup artists, I only rated a 2 because if you don't know what you're doing, like, oh my gosh, you're pushing the colors here, you're pushing the colors, it's all getting on your face, you might give up. But I'm here to tell you, don't give up. It's buildable. Use your finger. Pat, pat, pat technique. Build it. Put more orange. Pat, 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 pat. Put more orange. Pat, pat, pat. Don't worry about, oh, it's going to settle in maybe lines that you have or whatever. It really doesn't. You just keep patting and patting and just barely blend. I really blended almost all of this with my finger. Oh, I forgot to put the color under here. Did I? Oh, I forgot. Oops. I don't think I have a color under here. If I do, it was the original white base that I put on there. But I remember kind of wiping with the wipes because the pink got even up here. I had pink here. I had pink here. I had pink. I should have filmed it. It would have been real funny, the mess before this look. But anyway, I'm here to tell you don't give up. It's buildable. Do it with your fingers. Maybe use a little water. If that doesn't work, don't use water because I tried to use water and reapply over it and it just with dry color again and it was very frustrating. I don't know if I already said in the last video because I was recording and I accidentally deleted my continuation, but the green wasn't as lime vibrant and green as I would have wanted and the blue was great, but whenever I tried to blend the blue under my eye, the bright blue, it just started to go away. And so I had to kind of pat with the brush, you know, like a little bit of water and just pat with the brush. So if you do all of that, it's a 4. I rated a 4 out of 5. And I think it's great because I don't know anything else on the market. He has every color in there and I love that. Like, I love that there's so many different colors and there's shimmer ones too. And I didn't even play with those yet. So I definitely recommend buying this palette. I'm just warning you that it's a little difficult to put on. Maybe there's some tutorials out there that can teach you how to put it on better. So I would recommend watching some of those and buying this palette. So, thanks for coming back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, click below, put a thumbs up, comment on what you think about this palette or even some tips for me on how to put it on better. Oh yeah, so I remember what I was gonna say. So I'll be reviewing things that are a little more recent. I know this was released a year ago in November, I believe. So I'm gonna start reviewing things that are just now coming out. I was excited about this palette and I really wanted to review it. So hopefully somebody sees it and gets some advice. Use your fingers. Pat, 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 pat. God bless.